Welcome back. Former U.S. President Donald Trump is set to make a historic appearance in federal court today. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez is live from Miami and joins us now with more on what we can expect throughout the day. Good morning, Ivan. I know you are outside of the courthouse this morning. Can you describe what's happening out there right now?
Tammie, good morning. Right now we're seeing a law enforcement presence really around the federal courthouse. We saw that ramp up yesterday. This tape behind me was put up yesterday as well. Just a lot of media presence waiting for former President Donald Trump to arrive for his first court appearance here this afternoon. Right now, the former president is currently staying at his golf resort about 12 miles away. He's expected to be here right before 2 p.m., then formally placed under arrest by U.S. Marshals, processed, and then arraigned at 3. Now, we know that while he's here, U.S. Marshals are going to take Trump's fingerprints electronically. We know that they're probably not expected to take a mugshot of the former president while he is here. Now, in terms of access, when really comparing it back to the New York court appearance, we might not physically see a former President Trump get out of that car like we did in New York, approach those front doors, even wave at people who were nearby. And that's because his motorcade might actually access an underground garage that's connected to the federal courthouse, sort of limiting that access, providing it more secure for the president at the same time to be able to get in and out of here quite quickly. Because we know that as soon as he does leave the court, he's actually going to head back to Miami International Airport right away. He'll return to Bedminster, New Jersey, where later tonight he's going to give a speech as well. Now, in terms of what else we're seeing and expecting out here outside the federal courthouse, we know that we're going to be seeing possibly a lot of Trump supporters arriving as well. We're aware of buses being loaded in the Orlando area. Those might arrive here right around 2 p.m. Another protest at the same time might get started right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So as we get closer to those early afternoon hours, we're definitely going to see things begin to ramp up a little bit in terms of just the amount of people outside this federal courthouse.
And beyond just the courthouse, Ivan, we know that Miami's mayor, as well as a chief of police, talking yesterday about security just throughout the city in order to avoid any kind of chaos. Can you kind of describe just what they have said about just upping the police presence here in Miami?
So right now we know that Miami police officers are on standby. And when we did hear the chief of police speak yesterday, he said that they have the resources, his department has the resources to handle crowd sizes from 5,000 up to 50,000. So they are prepared. They say that they're also working, Miami police, with federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies to secure the perimeter. A big question yesterday was about the use of barricades, for example, maybe closing off certain areas surrounding this courthouse. Right now, at this point, directly where I'm standing, what I can see, there's no barricades. That's something that yesterday the chief of police talked about, saying that they may put it overnight, they may do it early in the morning, but right now we haven't seen the use of that. Really all we have are these this tape behind me, yellow plastic barricade fencing a little bit closer to the federal courthouse. But in terms of anything heavier than that, at this point, we're not seeing that. In terms of that presence, though, from law enforcement, we also know the chief of police says that they actually have a command center where several law enforcement agencies are there. We're talking about Miami, Miami-Dade, Secret Service, the Marshals, the FBI, really all working together to have sort of a joint response when it comes to security protocols.
And we know with criminal charges always comes during an arraignment a request for bail. And this has been a question that a lot of people have had. Will the president be held in custody? Many people saying it is not likely. What are you hearing on your end?
So what we're hearing is that everything should go actually rather smoothly when he is inside, and it should be quickly. If he's going to be arraigned right around 3 o'clock, he'll be formally arrested, processed, read all of the charges throughout the arraignment. After that, he will be able to go back. Again, he's expected to go to Miami International Airport right around 3:30, 3:40, and we could see him departing then back to New Jersey. So the time that the former president is here should be, we expect, pretty quick. The big question is if he'll be able to quickly leave, if protesters are going to be around the building, how local law enforcement agencies and their partners are going to respond to that as well.
And whether or not he'll have to do things like surrender a passport, is there any indication on that?
At this point, there's no indication of anything like that. It should be very similar, we're told, to what he went through when it comes to the New York appearance that he made in court. It should be very similar. Unfortunately, like we also said before, we might not actually see the president, but in terms of how similar things are, it should be along the same lines as the New York court appearance.
All right. Ivan Rodriguez live in Miami this morning from CNN. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning, Ivan.